I don't know how anybody does an Ironman without a coach, and I know there's a lot out there. Not just Ironman. I mean, I started 6 years ago. I can never see myself without Joe behind me.
Just having that confidence to say, hey, I know my coach knows what he's doing, and I know he's given me the right thing, the right workouts for me is huge.
You have doubts in yourself, but when you talk to your coach and you trust him, and he says, you're ready, and you know he would never let you go out there and hurt yourself. So when he says, I can do this one, I believe him. So that's what a coach does for you.
I think he looks at each person individually and figures out what they need, and then he figures out how he can give you that.
I started training really seriously with Coach Joe in January, and a friend who's done it with him before said do every workout and you'll cross the finish line. So there were many days in the snow, the sleet, the rain, the heat, the humidity.
Anything can go on out there, right? I'm not going to say that it's a given that you finish, but if you do the training and everything, you are where you need to be fitness-wise to finish this race. And that's just a matter of keeping it together mentally and emotionally.
Having Joe as my coach has been fantastic. The only nerve I have right now is me thinking I'm maybe a little too calm. Like, why am I not nervous?
So one of the ways that we can optimize an athlete is by taking away the question marks. And there's many of them in an event as complex as the Ironman, but as Jim said, not exclusive to the Ironman, even to do your first sprint triathlon. There's so many questions. What gear? How does it work? What is the transition? And I think that's one of the biggest values of having a professional by your side, is that you can quickly answer these questions, and then the athlete can just do what they want to do, which is work out and train and race and have fun, and not be sitting trying to figure out answers to questions like, what should I buy, where do I go?
You've got the nerves. The nerves are just because of the unknown. But the one unknown that isn't there is, am I trained enough? That you go into the race knowing you've done the work, you're trained.
You ready, Coach?
I'm ready. It's going to be an exciting day. Here we are, right? The Ironman. First up is Drew. You know, I've been hanging around with you guys. I'm a runner and I like this triathlon stuff. Maybe you can teach me how to swim, Coach. And I said, sure, meet me over at the pool. So I got there, Drew showed up, and I said, all right, get me in, get in the pool, show me what you can do. Right? And Drew looks at me and he goes, no. And I said, all right, let's back up. So let's go slowly. Can you blow bubbles? He goes, I don't know. Well, 10 years later, here he is tonight.
It's a chance to kind of prove to myself that there is no challenge out there that you can't overcome with, you know, just some patience and some determination and the ability to just consistently get out there and do what you have to do to accomplish it.
I actually did an Ironman back in 2004, so this is my second one. But I said I would never do another one after I crossed the finish line, and I had gone through like a really bad heartbreak. It was kind of the path I chose to heal, and I wanted something positive to focus on. And this time around, I think I did it right by hiring a coach. I feel like I'm in better shape than I was, even though I was 11 years younger.
I just want to see what's inside me. I want to see what I can do, how far I can push myself, how I can mentally overcome physical challenges that you run into on the race.
You're almost off the bike.
Almost. Another 20 miles or so.
All right.
You know, when I was a kid, I told myself there's no way I could ever do this. And when I was watching it on TV, and I think it's one of the few things I've ever told myself I couldn't do. So I wanted to prove it to myself that I could. I could do anything I set my mind to.
It was impossible, and now it's not. We're in Madison. We've been training all year for this. There's a group of us that are going to be Ironmen tomorrow afternoon, evening, nighttime, after midnight for some of us. This is awesome. It's what we've been training all year for.
It's been a very fun journey, I would say, with challenges, ups and downs, struggles, accomplishments, happiness. To get to this point, it's really been a joy.
Just the sheer increase in volume that we've done and just all the time that we've logged in together. You know, all of the bonding and all of the great times we've had with all my training buddies, all my, my friends that train with ET. You know, it's been terrific, and really that's the journey. You know, the race is sort of the culmination, but that's just a day. But all the other time before that is really the Ironman journey.
It's definitely a journey. Yeah, it took me 2 years every day training, biking, running, meeting all the great people at ET. It's been a really interesting journey. I've really enjoyed it.
And I tell people that spectating for this race is a gateway drug.
It's fun, number one, and I know how much work they've put into this, and it's just the culmination of months and months of all of their hard work, and this is the crowning moment. It makes you happy when you're out there and you're not having a good day. You see the athletes and it just cheers you right up. It's like a shot of energy. It's like an ultra boost. You got people that care, they know what it's like out there. It's like, honestly, it just gives you that extra kick.
You watch enough of them and you cheer people on, and you know, a lot of the guys that go by, they look like they should be in Kona, right? You know, and then some guy goes by who looks just like you and you think, oh, he's doing it. Why can't I do this? And then some guy goes by and you think, I bet I could go faster than that. And then the next thing you know, you start thinking, all right, you know, it's all talk until you prove to yourself that you actually can do it.
For sure, it went from being an impossible dream to I have no doubt tomorrow I will cross the finish line. None whatsoever. So yeah, it was a journey. Blood, sweat, tears. Yeah, a couple questions about whether I could actually do it, whether I wanted to actually do it. Those are few and far between.
I don't even know where to start. I didn't even own a bike when I signed up last year. So I got a bike. I was a slow runner. I picked up my running pace. I'm a swimmer, so I don't worry about the swimming. But yeah, you know, mentally some days it's been more challenging, especially Thursdays for me were my toughest days. Because you swim in the morning and then you had to run at night. And when you work full time and then you come home and you sort of get dinner and then you have to go out and run. Thursdays were tough, but plowed through.
How you doing? How you feeling?
Good!
Yeah?
Yeah! Having a blast. I can't believe I'm almost done.
You look great.
Thanks!
Had so many tears. Over 4th of July, I ended up tripping and falling and hurting my knee, and ended up with a bunch of time off, but Joe never lost faith in me. You know, I think if I had had to take those 5.5 weeks off and I hadn't been coached, I don't know that I would be here. I think, you know, I probably would have jumped right back in and gotten hurt and done something stupid. I would have been overtrained. My fiance says that I actually trained less when I started training with Joe because I was training a lot smarter instead of just putting in the time, because that's what I thought I should do.
I find it hard to believe that you could do this race and not have a coach. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of commitment, there's a lot of workouts you have to do. Having a coach that actually structures your workouts to where you know what you're doing day in and day out, whether it be the morning, afternoon, or evening. And then, you know, you talk about how your results of your coaching goes, and everything is tailored to how you're feeling and what you want to do. So it's a great experience to have a coach and to have Joe as my coach too. So I've always enjoyed it. He's been my coach for 2 years now, so he's gotten me to this, he's gotten me to Spain to race. So it's crazy how much he's improved my performance. So
I feel like I've given birth like 15 times. It's fantastic.
Any tough spots?
Any tough spots? Yeah, you know, a couple of people had some issues at the midpoint, you know, cramps, stomach issues. Just tell them to hang in, work it out, get out there, and amazingly, things just start working through. Cramps go away, they get a little bit more liquid. Richard, come in here, man, Richard was, you know, sweating really heavy, and, you know, we just talked for a second and talked about increasing his, you know, liquids a little bit. And that worked out well, right? Got a little more liquid, got some energy going, and kicked it in. Kicked it in, right? Man, you just nailed it out there, right?
You're an Ironman!
I'm an Ironman!
How did it feel?
The run was tough. The run was tough. The bike and the swim were awesome though.
Yeah?
They were. It was a lot of fun.
Though.
Yeah, it was
Come
good.
on!
It was good. It was like 11:37 or something.
What does it mean to be an Ironman for the second time?
What does it mean? It means that I've grown exponentially. Yeah.
You sure have.
Exponentially. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Amazing. Face my fears head on. Yeah.
And conquered them.
I conquered them. Yeah.
So, Ironman.
My times were better than I thought I would. I was just telling Lori, my nutrition it worked out perfect. I didn't have any problems. It was so much fun.
It's a fantastic feeling. It's hard to describe. It's better than I thought it would be. And now I get to rest for a little while.
I mean, I knew I would finish. That was never in doubt for me. But I didn't think that I would have as much success today because I was having a lot of pain out there. But you know, I just remembered all the advice I got from Joe and from all of the other athletes who've done it that just said, you know, you're going to have those low points. Don't let them derail your whole day. Just realize that they're temporary, they're in your head, just let it go. And that's what I tried to do. And it worked. It was a great feeling just coming across that finish line, hearing my name, you know, and then seeing all my friends yelling every time I saw them. That was just fantastic.